4 fastest and cheapest Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, EasyMut.com. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Fire here, back in the video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the most overpowered run in Madden 20. Now, this is going to come to us out of the I-form H-wing formation. Now, this run is going to be very unique simply just because it's a stretch run out of I-form wing, but it's not the Alert X looky, so you can actually flip the run. I'll show you guys that later. Now, right now, I'm in the Seattle Seahawks NFL Live playbook. So it's not in the regular Seahawks playbook. You have to make sure that you're on the NFL Live. I'm pretty sure this run is also in Bengals, Chargers, and Run Heavy. Those are just the regular playbooks that it's in. I assume it's in some other NFL Live playbooks. I haven't necessarily dived into all of those, so don't quote me on that, but yeah, it's going to be in this I-form H-wing. Now, this Seattle Seahawks NFL Live playbook has some great runs. You guys see they have H-tight, as well as in the strong. Here we got strong H-wing. So I'm going to go ahead and set my audibles for that. Obviously, we just want stretch, dive, and then I'm going to throw in the power O out of I-form tight. Unfortunately, there is no halfback dive out of this, which is pretty unfortunate, but we also have the power O and stretch, which will do. And if we do, we also have strong H-wing with dive, stretch, and power. So yeah, let's go ahead, hop into the original run. It's going to be I-form H-wing, halfback stretch, no RPO, no Alert X looky. So I'm just going to respot the ball real quick, give us a little bit more space. I'm just going to set up in the middle hash, but when you're setting up this run play, you guys see I could easily just flip the play and boom, snap the ball. You don't have to do anything, and since this run is symmetrical, there's no RPO slant, you can just flip the play. If there was a slant, you obviously wouldn't be able to because you have that slant coming across, which does really hurt the I-form wing formation. But with this, you can do this, and a lot of times when I'm running dive out of this formation, what I like to do is motion this player over, so you can sort of bait it as a halfback dive, and then you can still just motion snap him right on that side. You guys see, look at the hole we're getting. Boom, just armbar right there with Nick Chubb. And yeah, this run is super difficult to stop. A lot of times when people play I-form wing, I know I do this, I sort of overload that right-hand side. So I'm just basically going to pinch my D-line, spread my linebackers. I'm going to bring down that strong safety into the box, and then I'm going to use the free safety in the middle of the field. So if you see somebody flip their run like this, then you're only going to have your free safety, and you might have that outside linebacker and potentially the inside linebacker. Whenever I see somebody motion like that, I'm assuming that they are running dive, and usually you will be able to catch them off guard running this. I've tried it out in regs. It absolutely dominates. I've tried it in MUT head-to-head, and it is super difficult for players to stop, especially in a run meta, but keep in mind this isn't the only run formation in the playbook. Like I said, we have strong H-wing, we have I-form tight. Now, the stretch and strong H-wing is going to be an RPO. So what I mean by I can't flip the play is that I can just, obviously you can't, it's an RPO. You can obviously flip the play, but you can't necessarily flip the run. And the good thing about having strong wing and I-form wing is that you can just easily audible between. A lot of times, if someone has I-form wing defense, then strong wing will actually be pretty good. But just a super simple setup. Basically, what you're going to do is just motion that player over. Now, you can get pretty glitchy with the motion. If I wanted, I could go ahead, even sort of bait him off by just motioning this player over, keeping the run to the right side, and then maybe getting his user over to the left. There, we got some bad blocking, but obviously you're not expecting it super good blocking, motioning that player over to the weak side. And yeah, so you could also go ahead, flip the play, and if you wanted, you could maybe motion your fullback over to the left side, and then he could go ahead, pick up a block, something around that. And you guys see, very good blocking, just doing that. You're really just mixing up the plays, trying to catch your opponent in questionable positions. Again, it's not only the stretch though. You could go ahead and run it with the power O. You would be able to do this out of a classic I-form wing unless it was, again, an RPO. But this little weak side power O absolutely eats. Power out of I-form close eats as well. Fortunately, I-close isn't in our playbook, but this little flipped power O, you can mix it up with the motion, makes it even better than it already is. Go ahead, motion snap that player. Look how big of a hole we have up the middle. I know I'm going against just a 4-4, but like I said, I don't have 3-4. You just got to take my word for it that it does work. Again, I could even motion Njoku over. I want to mix things up a bit. It's really going to make no difference at all, but just the element of surprise. Boom, you guys see Nick Chubb absolutely eating. And yeah, we're just picking up great gains. Even if we're not, picking up touchdowns every play, we're still picking up 5+ around, and we're just going to tear your opponent apart, put together long drives. Now, if you want to run this classic stretch, what I like to do is just motion this player out a little bit. We got instant shedded right there by Hitchens, unfortunately, but the way I like to run stretch out of I-form wing is just simply motion this player over. Obviously, that's the way I run it with the RPO, but you could obviously just run it with the classic stretch. Now, again, I showed you guys the power O. You could obviously run that to the right side as well. I don't really recommend it. I kind of like running power O flipped at all times. Whatever the reason is, it seems to just do better. Then I-form, or this halfback ISO, again, you can just motion this player over, boom, motion snap him, and you can easily get to the outside. Unfortunately, Frank Clark just shedded us. But yeah, every time I run dive, I'm 100% motioning one of these two players over. It's a guarantee. You just want to make your dive symmetrical, open up the middle of the field, and you guys see, boom. Obviously, you're not expecting to score touchdowns with a simple halfback dive, but you're still going to pick up 5-6 yards, guaranteed every rip, unless maybe he sheds. But you also have the big play potential to get to the outside and maybe even make a player miss on the boundary. So that's pretty much it for the I-form wing. Like I said, though, we do have I-form tight, so you can simply just audible between these two. My favorite way to run I-form tight is just going to be flip the play. So I'm just going to flip it, run this to the left, and I'm going to motion Odell all the way over. Boom, like this, and then I like to motion snap him right about there. This run might even be better than the I-form wing one. I just feel like the I-form wing is so unique just because you see nobody running that run online. And I always come out in I-form wing and just audible down. If I have a look that I like, I can just go ahead and snap the ball. And the good thing about audibling from I-form wing to I-form tight is that you guys see I just sort of motion snap there. I'm going to go ahead and show that again there. So boom, I'm coming in I-form tight. I'm going to audible to stretch, and then I'm going to motion snap him. Just need to wait for my tight end to get set, and then I can snap the ball right about there. Odell didn't get set, and he's still able to pick up a pretty good block. Now my blocks aren't too good, and if you do want to motion snap, then you can't really motion Odell inside or whatever. But I'm pretty sure that I can also get that motion snap from audibling from tight to wing. I think I can get a motion snap from the tight end there. We will go ahead and see. So I'm just going to go ahead, reset the play. And then obviously I'm not going to motion. We'll see if it actually lets me. I guess it doesn't really. Sometimes I've seen where they get this tight end sort of motion snap. And if you do want to get a motion snap to where he's sort of setting up on that right side, you can motion him over to the left, motion back right, and then sort of snap him right about there. That just lets him get to the outside a little bit better. You guys see, able to pick up a lot of yards right there. And I'm just going to go out of bounds. But again, I could also audible to the strong wing. I actually kind of prefer strong wing with this little dive. I like it better out of the strong than I do the I-form. That's me personally. But I feel like it gets way better blocking than the I-form wing. I-form seems to get blown up, at least those halfback dives, because those players seem to shoot off the edges in some of the run defenses that I face. So kind of want to go to strong. I feel like it's more balanced. This fullback can pick up players on the edge, and then I like to motion snap this player to pick up any players sort of coming off that left side. That was some god-awful run stick by myself, but yeah, you guys pretty much get the gist. Now, the way I like to pass out of these formations is, out of I-form wing, what I'm doing is I'm trying to hit. A lot of times you're going to try to catch people in run defenses or pass defense, or yeah, run defenses. So what I like to do is just, first of all, I'll either put this player on a simple out route. I should have canceled the play action right there, or I should have just blocked it instead of having the play action. Never run play action ever in Madden. It's terrible, but usually my go-to route combos, I know these are definitely terrible route combos, or more bummy type route combos, but I like to just put an out route, a wheel route, and then I'm going to put like a delay fade, and then maybe a curl route or an in route, something like this. I know it's not the best route combo, but when you catch people in run defenses, you're really just trying to hit simple routes. These wheel routes are super effective. You guys will see tons of pro players use them out of run formations. They just seem to get open against a lot of different coverages, as well as just dumping down to these simple out routes. I'm going to block my running back, put this player on an out route, and if he's backed up, You guys see Odell's going to get wide open. We pick up like around 10 yards. But like I said, you make sure that you just don't stick in one formation. You just have to keep audibling in the scheme. Audible to strong wing. I can still run stretch. I could throw this RPO, catch him off guard. Somehow that got batted down, but I always switch between these three formations. I form tight, I wing, strong wing. Again, I'll show you guys that little motion. Actually, let's show the power O. So I'm gonna flip the power O and then still motion snap Odell right there. Boom. My player didn't get over quick enough. But you guys see, able to pick up a lot of yards. My biggest tip in the scheme is just to go ahead, mix it up. Don't stay in the same formation. And obviously the bread and butter out of this is going to be this little stretch flipped. Again, I could motion this fullback out, something like this. Boom, as I just take that guy's soul right there. But I think the fullback motion is super underrated. You could obviously stick with the tight end motion, but if you're motioning this fullback, your opponent's not going to have enough time to shift players over to the left side. Just watch how fast this is. It's like literally 1 second, maybe 2 seconds. And it's just a super quick motion. The fullback seems to get out there very quickly. Although the fullback I'm using right now, this guy is like 60 overall. He's still putting in some nice work. In that motion, you guys see, you should pick up that linebacker or maybe even pick up the outside linebacker. Just super easy to get to the numbers, and overall, probably my favorite run play I've used this year. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well for some more Madden 20 content in the future. Also follow me on Twitter, link will be in the description, and peace. I'm out of here.